I feel like the red pill would be much more tolerable if these dudes didn't go around acting like they're thought leaders and role models. Like, these dudes are acting like they're Socrates or John Locke or something, as if their opinions make seismic shifts in the culture. But it doesn't. Like, they all got the same opinions about almost everything. It's the same rotating talking points. If you've watched a Sneako's live stream or a show that Sneako has been on, then you've probably got a good understanding as to what Fresh and Fit thinks about all the rotating talking points. If you watched a Rolo live stream and heard Rolo's opinion on these rotating talking points, then you probably know what every red pill dude in this space thinks about those subjects as well.
For men, a woman with a high body count is a disadvantage because she's not a good bet for paternity.
Because men are naturally hardwired to be repulsed by women that are hoes and promiscuous. Why? Shout out to my boy Rolo Tomasi. He talks about this all the time. Men want to be able to ensure paternity. Yeah. They want to know if you get pregnant and you have a child and I'm on the hook for paying for that child and taking care of you, etc., the kid is fucking mine.
A man's biggest fear, deepest fear, is to be with a woman and the kid is not his.
If you've watched one, you done watched all. Because they all have the same opinions, and usually their opinions are coming from Rolo Tomasi. I feel like Rolo is probably the anomaly in terms of he's probably a thought leader, right? Because he has original ideas that everybody else steals. And when one of these new dudes, whenever they do come up with an original idea, the others just steal it and roll with it, right? See, it took just Pearly Things coming out and being proud to say women shouldn't vote for these other guys to have the cojones and bravery to take it and run with it as well.
Oh yeah, I don't think women should vote. Oh shoot, sorry.
You don't think women should vote?
No.
Why is that?
I think right now there's selective service for men, which means you have to be like basically drafted. It's like the new version of the draft. If there's a time of war, you have to, you know, go fight. And I think that's fair. Like if you're living in a country, like yeah, you should defend it. But the issue is women don't have that same right. So why do we still get the same freedom?
Probably political, honestly.
Understand.
It's too
women shouldn't vote, you know? It's just why do you need to vote? Just raise the kids.
Yeah. Wait, so you think women shouldn't have rights?
No, women should have rights, of course. But women don't need to vote. Like, they changed the voting rules so that they could tax everybody else. They used to be like the homeowner, the man would vote because he's the owner. So,
and we can list off and round off the other talking points like why women body count matter and why men should be able to cheat and women shouldn't.
This is why men can cheat and women can't.
Not to cheat, but to sleep around. It's acceptable for men to fuck other women, but it should not be acceptable for a woman to fuck other men.
Now, my belief is that women cheat, men have sex. Tell me why you disagree with it.
It got to a point where even if you did agree with the talking points, it just came off as super cringy, inauthentic, weird, and just psychotic. And the internet began to turn on them. And the smart ones transitioned from out of the whole we hate women phase of the red pill, and they transitioned into the culture war and started talking about, well, the same talking points as well, right? They just found a new grift. Instead of talking about why women shouldn't cheat, they began to talk about why there are two genders.
That tweet about me saying there's two genders, I still stand by it. Whenever there's a gender reveal party, chat, either a pink powder comes out or a blue powder comes out. You can't scientifically, engineerily dissect and dismantle that there's two genders. You just can't do that, bro.
Two gender neutral people, how you gonna raise children? Who's gonna provide? Who's gonna nurture? Both of you are dumb with green hair and piercings.
There are only two genders. Let me repeat that. There are only two genders. Number one, we got males, aka niggas. And number two, we got females, aka, I don't like saying the B word.
A lot of the red pill dudes who transitioned from the manosphere into the culture war were forced to expand, I guess, their opinions, right? Because, you know, women shouldn't cheat ain't really cutting it on like these real serious platforms, right? So more specifically, Sneako, though, he expanded his opinions. He started giving more opinions in regards to what's better for society, began to tell people how to live and present himself as a real life thought leader.
I know that OnlyFans is destroying the relationships between men and women from the inside out. It makes men sadder. It makes women high off of dopamine and high off of fast money. And when it runs out, they don't know how to be in a relationship with men anymore. And men are sad because they don't know how to establish a genuine relationship with intimacy. They just know how to spend money on girls who bark for a living. It's fucked up.
A lot of the dudes who transitioned from the manosphere into the culture war also transitioned to Islam as well. Now, some may say they transitioned to Islam for numerous reasons, one of them being, you know, to sort of cleanse their history, right? So if somebody pull up them not really living according to their message a few years ago, they could say, I'm a born-again Muslim, so I didn't change my whole worldview. And then also, too, it gives them more credibility that now they stand for something much bigger and they can sit on their moral high ground.
Tell us the story, like what happened exactly.
Well, I think a lot of people who've been following me for a while understand that I've been very respectful of Islam for a long time.
Yeah, sure.
I was born in a Christian country. I was raised as a Christian. And I've always been very respectful of Islam. And it's become more and more obvious to me and more pertinent that Islam is the last religion on the planet.
Did you grow up Muslim or?
No, I grew up Catholic.
You got out of the Catholic Church?
I did. I was almost confirmed and everything. I went through all the hoops and hurdles.
Why did you decide to convert?
Because it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's just the truth about everything.
What woke you up?
I think the Trinity conversation.
Oh, like God, like how they're all
Yeah,
one.
how they're all one and the same thing, but Jesus prays to God. It's like, this doesn't make sense. Or the fact that man could be God.
But the thing is, and I don't think Sneako or a lot of these dudes who converted to the culture war into Islam, the one thing they didn't know is that people in the culture war actually hold you accountable. Like with the red pill space, like everybody knows, yo, this is a grift. Like even the audience knows, bro, like this is a grift and nobody here believes any of this. Red pills dudes get exposed left to right for not really living what they're preaching. Like it's a normal occurrence at this point.
I'm not trying to be mean-spirited, but you married a single mom. Like, come on, man. Let's not pretend that you're some apex alpha male. Any man who marries a woman past the age of 23 years old, you're getting leftovers. Devin is one of just a few women I've dated, older women I've dated, who didn't have any kids when I met them. But again, they're the exceptions. Devin is my girlfriend. She is not my wife. We have never been married. She is not a single mother, and we have not adopted anybody.
Live with that lady. I believe she does have a kid because stop the show. I remember one time I called over there and there was a kid in the background. You are dating or married to a single mom, Donovan. You won't stop lying. That lady is a single mother and the baby is white and you live with the chick.
Credits where credits due. This man makes fun of other people's spouses and different things like that. Claims he would never date a single mom. Well, somebody pulled up his quote-unquote girlfriend's bankruptcy records, because those are public records that anyone has access to, and they found some interesting information.
That she put under penalty of perjury, right, that she was a biological mother and had a daughter.
Bro told his audience not to marry anybody over 23 years old, not to take a single mother seriously, not to marry a single mother, and any woman over 35 years old is spoiled milk. But his girlfriend or his wife was 46 years old, and she had a 10-year-old daughter from a previous marriage, and they was living together. So he went against his entire philosophy, and yeah, he got some backlash and some hit pieces done on him, but there was really no consequences for it, because the red pill, everybody acknowledged this right here is a grift and is strictly for entertainment. And doing back to having his, like his same platform, right? He didn't really lose any viewership. All his audience is still there, and they just ignore him being exposed. This is how it goes. Even Fresh and Fit got exposed by academics for not living the life they're preaching.
Fresh, I love you, brother. But I feel like you're walking into the path of becoming what I would say is a hypocrite, or you're just strictly delusional, something that you preach against. Mm-hmm. And I would just like for you to remain on your pivot while instructing the many. We got 4,000 people in here, while instructing them how to live their lives. Make sure you're very cognizant how you're living yours, or you could maybe just keep it real and just say, hey, you listen, follow what I say, but not what I do. Okay. Mm-hmm. I asked you a few simple questions and the answers were very alarming. Okay. I feel like if, the roles were reversed, and we have like a lot of beautiful women on the panel today, but mm-hmm. I've watched, and you guys know, I watch your show religiously when I'm not here. And the advice you give to men is very different than what you are following.
We don't have to get too deep into the Fresh and Miranda saga. That's a whole video within itself. But academics essentially exposed Fresh for giving advice to men on how to spot gold diggers, how to protect your assets for women. When in turn, Fresh was wifing up the biggest gold digger alive, like a chick who was given tutorials on how to finesse men, but she convinced Fresh that she wasn't materialistic.
That moment, he texted me and he was like,
"Hey,
do you
ride
guys..."
with scooters or get on the yacht? Let's talk about it.
And He's right. I'm not a materialistic person at all. I could be if I wanted to. I don't care about that shit. Like, my dream car is a fucking Honda Civic. Like, there's nothing about me materialistic. Being on a yacht is not, I wasn't like, oh my God, like he's inviting us to a yacht. Like, I'm so excited.
So what about
I've
the
been on a yacht
conversation?
before. I've had people try to hit on me.
But then shortly, academics exposed that she's on TikTok bragging about how she finessed men for flights and money.
Actor, but if I'm asked by a stranger what I do, I usually end up telling a lie because there's too much to get through. I don't want to go through the motions of saying that auditions are a full-time job. I'd rather smile and have a full-time job as an accountant.
That should have honestly been the end of Fresh giving advice to men on how to deal with women. Because if you can't spot a gold digger yourself, if you can't spot a woman who is detrimental and only out for somebody's pockets, then what makes you qualified to tell other men or to have other men pay for you to give them advice on how to spot a gold digger? But it was the red pill community. Everybody was in on the grift. Everybody, other than the dummies and the kids, knew this was all a grift and all for entertainment, and none of these dudes were to be taken seriously. But with Sneako, with him now entering into the culture war, he had a rude awakening, and people were gonna hold him accountable, right? You say you Muslim, you have to live by Islamic principles. People are gonna hold you accountable, and that was too much for Sneako. Sneako at some point said, hey, listen, man, I came into this to grift. Y'all trying to hold me accountable and make sure I live up to my word and not be a hypocrite and, you know, and really go to the mosque and read the Quran and really live righteous, bruh. That's too much, bruh. I quit.
Some things are fun to do. I like doing different types of stuff. I like talking to different people. There's the Rumble audience, you guys, the Rumble audience wants me to be like this. Bro, I was at the mall talking about moving into a content creator house with some of my friends, and then people are messaging me like, Sneako, move into an Islamic learning house. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? No, deadass, bro. Like, I'll go pray Jummah, I'll read my Quran, I'll talk to scholars. Nigga, I am not moving into an Islamic. You people want me to move into a mosque. You want me to sleep in the mosque now. And it's like, he's grifting. I'm not grifting. I just want to have a fucking home. I don't want to live in a mosque. Get off of my dick.
Sneako's audience consistently holding him accountable just turned him off to that entire sector of content. And he would announce that he's going to get into another sector of content, which is live streaming, and get away from the red pill or being a thought leader or being a guru.
IRL streaming is what I want to do now. There's only so long. You can only do this for so long. Like, how much can you really talk about Neon dating coach? That's hilarious. But yeah, it's like, it's just so much more fun. I can't even lie. And let's be honest, the red pill is dying.
Sneako transitioning out of the culture war, out of the red pill stuff, and into streaming was his method of sort of avoiding accountability or avoiding criticism and being held to such a high standard. Like, when he smoked weed, he don't want to hear thousands of people talk about, Sneako, you just said drugs are bad. Nah, yo, he want to smoke weed, he want to do drugs, he want to smash on bad hoes, he want to just enjoy his life without being held to a standard that he didn't impose on himself. But honestly, I think he miscalculated, because his streams now only brings him more issues and more controversy and more criticism. Like this week in particular, when Sneako did the OnlyFans live stream with Neon, that brought a lot of controversy, right? Because as you guys know, Sneako is known for criticizing OnlyFans and telling men not to participate in OnlyFans and not to really, be a consumer of it.
I know that OnlyFans is destroying the relationships between men and women from the inside out. It makes men sadder. It makes women high off of dopamine and high off of fast money. And when it runs out, they don't know how to be in a relationship with men anymore. And men are sad because they don't know how to establish a genuine relationship with intimacy. They just know how to spend money on girls who bark for a living. It's fucked up.
So even though Sneako has transitioned out of the red pill space, people are still holding him accountable. So when he came on live stream with Neon and some OnlyFans chick, people called him out on it. Essentially saying, you speak out against OnlyFans, but now you're leading a bunch of your audience into the grip and hands of these OnlyFans chicks, right?
Who gives a fuck, dude?
Are we allowed to show any nip at all?
No. Like, is like full nudity banned?
What? Yes. What the fuck?
No, I wasn't gonna.
I thought it wasn't on.
I wasn't gonna show anything. I was just.
I mean, let's just find out. Go ahead. We're good. Oh, we're good. Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah.
It's like preaching sobriety and how drugs are bad and you should stay away from it, but then bringing on the best drug dealers in the city to glorify how great the drugs they sell are. It's just counterintuitive and it's backwards. The entire stream, the girls made it clear they were only there for clout. They was asking to be tagged consistently.
You're not gonna tag me on your Instagram, but you're gonna use us.
Whoa. What?
Where's your phone?
Wait. No way you guys wanted to get tagged.
I'll
Can you
tag you
tag
on
us?
my story.
Can
That's
you tag us,
I've
please?
literally promoted your stream on my Snapchat the entire day.
Well,
so.
actually, I have 99,000 viewers, so you can fuck off.
What the fuck?
Okay. You can fuck ass.
I've literally promoted
friendly hug.
your stream on my Snapchat. So,
All right,
all day.
What
so
should we
I'd
do?
appreciate
Should we do
the
something
tag.
fun?
I'm gonna pee.
Because they knew being tagged will lead the young, vulnerable, insecure fans of Sneakos and Neons into their grip. You see, those girls are predators, and they view Sneako and Neon's audience as prey. You telling me a bunch of young, vulnerable men under the age of 21 is watching this live stream? 99,000 of them is watching this live stream. So if I get tagged, let's say 10% of them subscribe to my OnlyFans. I'm up. I done hit a lick. And I don't even think they needed to be tagged by Sneako or Neon. If Sneako or Neon is prancing these girls around for 5 hours, then undoubtedly, right, a percentage of the 99,000 people who was watching is going to subscribe to their OnlyFans. So you're preaching out against OnlyFans, but you just made these girls tens of thousands of dollars. People spotted the hypocrisy with Sneako, and they called him out on it. One of those people being Mike, who confronted Sneako in the Aiden Ross live stream.
Bro, can you explain this to me really quick so that I fully understand it? Why is he doing this stream?
I don't know.
No, Aiden, please. Because the amount of abuse I've taken from this man, the amount of haram statements I've taken from this man for hanging out with girls, never doing anything with them, never saying, never even saying only for none of that. The amount of I've taken from this man, every response to anything I've ever said to him, even remotely fucking controversial, you promote porn, you promote porn.
Yo!
And by the way, I promote porn to my 26-year-old audience with the girls I hang out with. His fans are fucking 6. His fans are fucking 6. What?
Well, Mike, hold on, Mike. I gotta get back to this, but I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Shut the fuck up, Aiden. I want answers. I want fucking answers, bro.
I'm gonna call you back.
Why is this happening?
I'm not gonna lie. You have a good debate. You have a good point. You have a good point. I'm gonna talk to you in a bit. I got you. You have a great point. You have a great point. We're gonna talk in a bit. Yo, Mike said basically that you guys go on Twitter argument, or you argue with Mike saying like you promote girls like OnlyFans and shit, and saying like, what am I seeing? Why is Sneako streaming this shit? Pretty much, it's like he's basically calling you a hypocrite.
Okay, can you let's get on Discord.
You want to do it right now?
Yeah.
All right, let me call him.
Sneako's response to being called out for being a hypocrite was he wasn't making money on these OnlyFans girls, so he don't see a problem with it. And them getting subscribers by virtually just being on his stream for 5 hours, you know, the bad of that doesn't outweigh the good of him raising money during his 5-hour stream for some good causes.
I do not make money off of these girls, and I understand why you're saying that's hypocritical. I'm giving all this money from this stream directly to the One Message Foundation. That's an Islamic foundation that does street dawah. So I don't make money from OnlyFans. So I don't take a percentage, and I don't promote porn. You actively promote porn.
No, I don't. When's the last time you saw me say, yo, go download someone's OnlyFans, gave a code, a link, any of that? When's the last time you saw that happen?
I saw last year you put a link in the description and doing videos with the same girls.
I put a link in the description saying what?
You put a link in the description to these girls. And were you in the Sidemen Plus video?
To what girls?
Wasn't it these?
A link in the description to what? To what? To their Instagrams?
To their, I've
never linked, made a single dollar off an OF girl or porn in my life. I hang out, I do exactly what you're doing right now, which is hang out with girls to create content and humanize them as people.
Now, Sneako will tell Mike that he can have OnlyFans girls on his stream because he's not preaching against OnlyFans and porn on a daily basis to his audience.
Here's why it's not the exact same thing. You actively tell your audience that porn is bad and that you shouldn't watch it and do not subscribe. I say this every single stream, every single day.
No, I don't
don't do that. I let people make their own decisions, to be honest with you. But also, it is.
Which by now, me and you both know is not true if you watch this video, because Sneako has been a staunch advocate against OnlyFans and against men watching porn and giving these girls their money. Again, if you got to see the clip again, I guess we got to run it again.
I know that OnlyFans is destroying the relationships between men and women from the inside out. It makes men sadder. It makes women high off of dopamine and high off of fast money. And when it runs out, they don't know how to be in a relationship with men anymore. And men are sad because they don't know how to establish a genuine relationship with intimacy. They just know how to spend money on girls who bark for a living. It's fucked up. But keep doing your thing. I'm not going to stop you.
The debate with Mike was pretty brief because Sneako just outright ended the call and pivoted a lot. So he really wasn't held accountable for essentially being a hypocrite by doing an OnlyFans with Sky Bree. But Sneako's nightmare wouldn't end there, because Sneako's role model, the man who he admires the most, some may say his Diddy or Zaddy, right? The man who he, sort of mirrors his entire personality, existence, and being after, would criticize him and call him out for doing an OnlyFans live stream, even though he's came out as a Muslim and says he was against OnlyFans.
Well, OnlyFans girls need attention to sell their OnlyFans, and losers need attention to sell their stream. And none of them have any talent. None of them are insightful. None of them have any wisdom or life experience. None of them have anything to teach you. Birds of a feather flock together. So my answer is, in this attention economy, unfortunately, on the race to the bottom, while everyone does more and more stupid things to get views, I don't think I am ever going to be surprised by how low they will sink. And if hanging around with an OnlyFans girl is going to get them some attention on the internet, they're going to do it. Same as they're going to do anything else to get some attention on the internet, like degrade themselves endlessly, scream at a camera, be clowns, be morons, sip lean, whatever crap they do to get views. That's what they're going to do.
Right off the bat, people were calling Andrew Tate a hypocrite for essentially, telling Sneako that he's a foul idiot or he has no talent for associated with OnlyFans girls, when Andrew Tate essentially made his first millions for running a cam girl service, essentially OnlyFans before OnlyFans, and taught other men on how to run these cam girl services as well.
You're gonna run a webcam company. This is gonna be an interesting journey for you, that's for sure. This is serious business. So first things first, when you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest, and it's just like you're like Hugh Hefner. When you're in the club with your workers, you look like Hugh Hefner, but in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR department, the HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you. So it's not an easy task. Now there's a lot to teach here, so I'm gonna assume you're not morons. There's certain things I'm not gonna completely and utterly intricately cover. I'm just gonna say, look, work it out, because it's not the most important thing. The most important thing you need to learn in this course is the people management aspect, how you can run this business from a human perspective.
Regardless of the hypocrisy, Andrew Tate going as hard as he did on Sneako is a nightmare for Sneako. Sneako is scared shitless. You see, Sneako has expressed to Zherka earlier that he's afraid damn near of Andrew and Tristan Tate's cult-like following, and how their cult-like following can outright consume you and be vicious. Sneako told Zherka this when Zherka was criticizing Andrew and Tristan Tate when Sneako were right there, and Sneako had to let Zherka know, bruh, hey, bruh, this can reflect poorly on me and turn the Tate's cult-like following against me, bro.
Capacity says, Zherka, why did you go out of your way to lie about meeting with Andrew Tate and then went off on his brother when he addressed you? Stop burning bridges, bro. This is exactly what I'm talking about, and it makes you look bad.
Fuck your bridge. Fuck your bridge. Fuck you, clown.
You understand?
Fuck the tater tot little bitches. And yo, check this out.
No.
Great kickboxing skills. Would never want to see you guys in a ring. How about a street fight? Let's test your wrestling, bitch.
Andrew and Tristan
imagine when you see me on the street. Andrew and Tristan, imagine when you see me face to face on the street.
They're destroying.
Is it gonna really? Listen, let me tell you something.
They're destroying.
I'm not saying 2 at a time. 1 at a time. Street. As soon any hotel lobby you see me, no camera. I don't need to arrest you guys. Run at me and see what the fuck I do to you, old man.
First off, they're too rich to ever get in a street fight.
Oh wait, why? What are they? Look at him. He's decelerating it.
Okay, when we talk about burning bridges, you understand Tristan Tate's my friend, right?
What, you met him?
Tristan Tate is, I would consider a friend.
I'll knock him out.
Okay, you wouldn't. Andrew, I would, but.
And Tristan's the big boy. He's 260, right?
Yeah,
he's the hard one.
You're not winning. You're not winning. So, like, how do you think this reflects on me? You know, because now people they're talking about that the Tate fans are upset. You know, they're kind of cold. Like, how do you think this reflects on me? When Tristan,
I'm fucking up your money.
I didn't even finish it. I'm
fucking up his money.
You're not fucking up my money. It's not about money. It's not about money. Then it's like at some point it's about personal relationships you have with people. It's not just content. Let's read.
You bald fucking.
Zerka even went on to say that Sneako unfollowed him because he was dissing Andrew Tate, and behind the scenes, Sneako would tell him, bro, it's nothing personal. I just don't want for the Tates to think I'm effing with the ops. So that's how loyal Sneako was. So us being aware of Sneako's track record of being that loyal to Andrew Tate, a lot of us was wondering, yo, how would Sneako respond to this? Like, how would Sneako address Andrew Tate dissing him? Because Andrew Tate has dissed Sneako in the past. This isn't the first time. Like, he's dissed Sneako in the past, right? And Sneako will sort of respond to it by making excuses and sort of saying, I don't think he's talking about me.
So when I see a man who's getting ratted on by an ex-girlfriend, that says a lot about the man.
Chad, who is he talking about? What the hell? I mean, yeah, that's what's going on. And actually, yeah, so speaking of Aiden, he did a stream with Andrew Tate today. And I think Andrew kind of addressed what I was talking about. I think that he saw it on Twitter. And I think he was kind of referencing, I wouldn't say sneak dissing, but mentioning me subliminally.
Even though the subs are as direct as they come, like Andrew Tate essentially calling Sneako a nerd and a dweeb. This meme hit Twitter, and the meme was the panel we need: Zerka, Fuentes, Tate, Sneako, Just Pearly Things, and Destiny. Well, Andrew Tate responded back to this meme, and he says, blocked for associating me with dorks. Or when Andrew Tate subliminally called Sneako out for pretty much copying him and trying to create a course of his own to teach his audience on how to be millionaires as well.
I'm here in Puerto Rico right now, vibing with millionaires. I went out to expensive dinners, bro. They showed me the millionaire lifestyle. They put me onto game. I'm gonna tell you, chat, being a millionaire is a mindset. It really is. Being a millionaire is a mindset, and I want to spread that knowledge with you. And I'm going to do that not only on the stream, but also on my creativity kit, on my course that's dropping next week.
Sneako will go out of his way to either be blind to the Andrew Tate disses or try to make it seem or appear that Andrew Tate wasn't dissing him. Because at that time, Sneako was still stuck in like the guru, red pill space, manosphere space, and he felt as if he needed Andrew Tate, or he felt as if they shared the same audience, but the audience was more loyal to Andrew Tate. So if Andrew Tate goes against Sneako, he felt as if he will lose the audience appeal. But this time around in 2023, where we are currently at, Sneako has sort of ventured outside of that space. He does the IRL streams now, and he now has access to a different audience. And his audience isn't really tapped into Andrew Tate like that, right? Those are just kids watching the IRL stuff because it's entertainment. So right now, Sneako is in a position to where he can go against Andrew Tate without really being scared. And this new update hint towards maybe Sneako is gearing up to go to war with Andrew Tate and respond back to Andrew Tate. Because, you know, unlike the other times where Sneako would just ignore it or suck Andrew off to get back into his good graces, this time around, Sneako would unfollow Andrew Tate on Twitter. Kind of showing, hey, bruh, I heard the disrespect. I don't like disrespect. You know, I'm not your protege anymore. I'm not going for it. You know, we don't have to be cool. And to me, this is a big step in Sneako's career because right now he's moving from under the umbrella of Andrew Tate. Now, do I think Sneako is going to come on stream and go off on Andrew Tate like he went off on Zerka? I don't think so, right? And I feel like it's almost impossible to get that off, right? Like, for example, myself, right? People, I guess, reference how I speak or my mannerisms to academics, and I've expressed how much of an influence academics has been onto me, you know, in my media career, right? So if I go on a live stream and attack academics, it's going to come off as cringe, right? Because you guys just heard me for months say how much he, you know, inspires me, right? And how much I admire him. And then I go off on academics. So it'll come off as disingenuous. So in terms of, you know, Sneako and Andrew Tate, he's in a position to where he really can't go off on Andrew Tate or insult him because he's been so complimentary of Andrew Tate for months that at this point, the most that Sneako can probably do is to, you know, do a clear thought, concise response and just move on and keep winning. right? Because eventually, right, you know, Andrew Tate, you know, is in a situation to where he could potentially go to jail for a long time, right? So he's not necessarily gonna go too hard on you. And, you know, worst case scenario, right, you're probably gonna, you know, I don't want to say it, but, you know, you're probably gonna, you know, win this battle, right? Because Tate's gonna go to jail and you're probably gonna be out free, man, still doing streaming, building on your success, right? But, you know, we'll see how this play out, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think, all right? If you're still watching the video after 30 minutes, well, thank you. But also, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out how Chrisean Rock plans on ruining Blueface's career and life. Click on this video to find out what I'm talking about, right? I'm going to see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.